Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's DBCC Zoom meeting. It's Friday, October 22nd, 2021, and I am your host and soon-to-be presenter, Barry Cowen, the president of the Deerfield Beach Computer Club, now in his 17th year. Boy, time really goes by fast. Also want to recognize my esteemed Vice President, Carol Friedman, who's serving as a co-host today and technology expert. I think we have a very interesting program for you today, but I have a very special announcement to make right at the outset so that everybody will understand what's going on. As you know, months ago, we confirmed our reservation to use the Le Club Activity Center, Room B, beginning November 5th. That was, of course, contingent on the situations in Century Village and in the Le Club Activity Center in particular. After a very careful reassessment of the risks involved, we determined, as the board, as well as the board of directors, that it would be too risky at this time to resume live classes in that sort of environment. There would be too many chances of our seniors, our guests and whatever, being affected by COVID or its variant. We therefore decided to err on the side of caution and have canceled the in-person classes for the remainder of the year. That includes November and December. We will continue to do Zoom classes in those months. The next one, which would have been a live class on November 5th, will be a Zoom class. And then 2 weeks from then will be the 19th, will be another Zoom class. In December, it would be December 3rd and December 17th. And after that, we will convene over the holidays to discuss the conditions in Century Village, if they have changed to the extent that we can enter the building safely without any restrictions of any kind, including seating, including sanitization, including any other things that Sen Club would decide was safe for all. We would then consider resuming on January 7th, which would be our first live class in 2022. I hope you all understand that this decision was made by me as the president, and as well as Carol and Steve and Pete, our other board members, in the interest of public safety. We do not in any case want to risk bringing something home to our loved ones. In my particular case, as you all know, my Beverly is suffering from advanced dementia and it's getting worse. We have aides here 7 days a week, and she also has an underlying condition in her lungs. And I cannot take the risk personally, and would not take the risk of returning to the classroom, schlepping a whole bunch of equipment there all the time. It's a lot of work to do to get a live class started again, only to find out that I have to change my mind and go back to the way we were. So that's the decision we made. I hope you're all clear with it. I know it's a bit disappointing, but it'd be a lot more disappointing if someone got infected and the class would have to be closed down anyway. I don't know what the other groups are doing, and I don't care what the other groups are doing. I imagine they'll be under similar restrictions, the ones that visit there. We do know that we will be signing a contract which has the remaining months on it. I should say we already signed one for 2022 that goes from January through April. And we'll just have to take things as they go, just like everything else in life. But I hope you understand that my greatest concern is to protect all of you, sometimes from yourselves, as well as the environment. And that's why that decision was made. If you have any thing that you want to say about it, put it in the chat. But that decision at least is final, and I got final approval the other day from Send Club to release the room to anyone else who wants it in November and December. So that's what I had to say. It's a decision that I found very easy to make after Bev's doctor told me that he does not advise her to go anywhere or to be subjected to anyone. Even if you're vaccinated, there's no guarantee. If you have and Century Village was requiring masks be worn, which would have been another stumbling block. So we don't want to embarrass anyone. We don't want to mandate anyone. We just want to go on the proper road, use common sense. Okay? All right, that being said, we'll have to find out who's going to, or what we're going to present on November 5th, and we'll let you know in the usual way with an invitation. Okay, so let's see if I can get moving here. Stand by. Okay. You should all be seeing
And we are, Barry.
okay, my iPhone right there. This is the iPhone 13 Pro Max that I purchased. The screen is tremendously bright compared to the iPhone 11, which I did not sell yet. And the reason being that this has proven to be a tremendous boon, especially where cameras and photography are concerned. It is a step up from what I had, many steps up. And as you know, Apple had released iOS 15 that we're going to discuss today on September 20th. And the night before that, there was a real critical emergency update that brought everyone to iOS 14.0.8. Now I'm going to try to slow things down as much as I can, but I'm trying to use a pointer and a stylus at the same time because I haven't yet figured out how to get this done interactively. So please bear with me. I'll go as slowly as possible, and I'll be asking questions if you need clarification. So the first thing you want to do is go to your settings, and then you go to General, and you click on this arrow over here, and then this brings you to Software Update. So if you click on that, that's what you should see, iOS 15.0.2. Now, I've just been informed that iOS 15.1 is already in release candidate form and should be coming out shortly. I advise everyone here, as soon as these updates come out, do not back off them. Make sure that you install them because many of them talk about security. Okay. So we're going to do, yes.
My screen says iOS 14.8. Your iPhone software is up to date. Does this give me false information?
It should be 15.0.2.
I know. How is it? Am I getting false information on my phone?
Yes.
Well, how can I correct that?
No, Barry, he's not getting false information. He doesn't. So you won't be seeing what Barry's showing you until you've made that update. And
That's
you
right.
won't be able to do it for a while. He can do it because he's got a new phone that has it.
Right.
So he's just showing you what you'll see when the update finally comes to you and you install it.
Well, my phone's only a 12 Pro Max. It's not that old.
Well, what you should do is go over and make sure that it's set to automatic. on your updates, so it automatically downloads them.
It is. Automatic updates on, yes.
Well, then you may need to restart your phone or do something like that, because the update should come in automatically. And it is 15.0.2, as I just showed.
And
Okay.
Barry, it may
Good to
not
know.
be available yet on all of the devices, so it,
Now it says upgrade to iOS 15. So I guess it's available, but I shouldn't be up to date then if the one iOS
Yes, you
15
will
is
be,
ready.
but don't do it now because
No,
it's a huge update and it will take you
yeah,
over a half hour. Just make sure
yeah,
you're plugged in, you have at least 50% power.
yeah. I'll get back to it later. Thank you.
Okay. Uh, who had their hand raised? Dorothy? You're muted.
On my phone, when I scrolled all the way up, it says upgrade to iOS 15. And there's an arrow, so I could update it. So
Yes,
it's there, it's on the phone.
okay. So we got that settled. All right, let's take a look at something else now.
and Judy Brown had a question.
Yes, Judy, go ahead. Unmute yourself, please.
I have an iPhone 7 and I'm updated to 15.0.2. So the gentleman who has the 11 should be able to do it.
Yes, and he said that now.
Yes, there's no problem in doing that. Apple made sure that you could do it on the lower level phones as well, except the ones that are very old won't even go up to any more than iOS 14.
Oh.
So the newer phones should, and the iPads, remember we're talking about Apple devices, so the iPads also would have to be updated to 15.0.2. So that.
Mackie, sorry, Mackie, did you have a question?
Mhm.
Unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Hi,
Yes.
Mackie, welcome.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I was distracted by something going on in the house and I missed. Where do I go to see about this update?
Okay, I'll be glad to show you again. You see that little blue thing there?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to go to just settings. And when you go to settings, you're going to do general, which is over here. And then you're going to go over to software update, which is right there. And when you click on that, it will show you that that's what it should show you if you're completely updated. It should probably just go all the way up to 15.0.2 because the update will be included. That's what you should have as your latest update. Okay?
Yeah, mine says I have 14.8.
Right, so don't update it now, Mackie. Just wait until later because it'll take time.
It'll take a half hour at least. It's a huge update. I think it's 2.8 gigabytes or something. But
Okay.
Apple has found a way to compress it so it doesn't really take up much storage on your phone after it's installed. All right.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Now we're going to go on to something we talked about, widgets. So if I swipe this way, to right, I guess it is.
Which way did you swipe, Barry? Left?
Left to right, yeah. Left to right, you now see a bunch of widgets there. You see where it shows the weather widget and everything else, and there's a stock widget. And then this is my battery widget. Well, what if I want to push this over to my main home screen? What should I do? Well, what you're going to do is, let's take the stock widget and move it over. First, you put your finger on any blank space and it starts to wiggle. You see that wiggling? And what you do then is, let me get this off of my screen. Okay, you're going to drag this over across onto your home screen and drop it anywhere. Now you've got the weather widget right on your screen. Everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then if you want to bring it back where it was, you just swipe it back and it drops right there. Now, there are other things that you can do. You can customize something. See down here where it shows customize? You click on that arrow. And now, depending on what you have on your phone, may or not be what I have, but this is where you add widgets for everything, see? Let's say I want to add a widget for CNN. I'll put CNN there. It comes up here. And then what I do is click done. And now the CNN widget is there and it's updated completely. See it? So now it becomes interactive. So if you want to open CNN, you can open it right from there without having to go into Safari and type in CNN.com and everything like that. You've now got it right there. And
And
again,
it's on your widgets page right
right,
now.
that's correct. So we're talking about this screen right here,
And this screen is what, Barry?
the widget screen.
Where did you get it?
Okay, I got it by swiping this way from right to left.
Okay,
That's how you find it. Go right to left. You'll see some of them that are already with the operating system. Those you can't change. But there is an edit button down here, as you can see. Let me move this.
yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, I want to move this screen up so I
We
can.
can see it, Barry.
Okay. So you can go across, and as I showed you, you can actually move. Whoops, something's getting here. Hold on.
You're getting emails there.
Yep, okay. Let me get Marcia back in there a second.
I'll take care of her, Barry. You just keep
Okay,
doing.
so we're gonna go back here. And you can, once you press down your finger there, you see them jiggle? And what I simply did was move it over.
Yeah, Barry, that's not the question.
Yeah,
The question is, so there are preloaded widgets is what you're saying on the page that's to the left of the home screen.
right.
So for those of you that have asked, you ought to be able to go over to the left edge and swipe right and see a widgets page. So that you can try now and see if that works for you. So now if they want to add widgets, what do they do, Barry?
Okay, well, we can hold down the finger then and make it jiggle.
That's
And-
going to move it, Barry. That's not going to add a widget.
Well, they see there's a plus up here in the upper right-hand corner. Do you see that?
No, on
Upper
the,
left-hand corner, you see the plus? There's a plus.
on each of the widgets themselves, yes.
Now, if I go over here and I click plus, now you see all the widgets that are already available to you.
And so Barry, when you go over here and click plus, the only place plus shows up is at the very top of the screen, not connected to any of the widgets
Right,
themselves.
that's correct.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes,
Okay, so clicking the widgets doesn't matter. That just makes them movable. If you want to add a widget, do you click there? Now your cursor's there, so click there.
okay, and I click there, and now you can see all the widgets you can do. You can even search for them if you want. Now, it depends on what you've got on your phone. For example, you could add the weather. You could have a reminder list. Here I have my photos set, mail, games, fitness activities, and then all of these here can be added individually, like your battery widget,
Great.
calendar, a clock, okay, on and on and on. Whatever you have in your particular phone will be listed here. Of course, it isn't going to match mine because I've got a lot more programs, apps than you do.
So Maggie and Steve and anybody else, did that answer your question, or is there something else you want to know?
That
No, I
does
can't
not
find
work.
the widget screen. Can't find the widget screen.
I don't
So-
have a plus sign on my phone.
And I
Okay,
hit the plus and it just brings up some messages. It didn't do what Barry's did.
All
Are
you
you
do
on?
is,
Hold
Are you-
on, everybody, one at a time. So Mackie, were you able to swipe from the left side and get the widget screen?
Yes, I got the widget screens. I got them to wiggle. I found the plus and I clicked on the plus and it just brought up messages. It didn't do what Barry's did. But I could type in search widgets into the search screen, I guess.
yes, you can.
And you may have had to scroll down quite a distance because it may be that mostly what you have there right now are notifications and messages initially. So try that.
Mhm.
And Steve, did you still have a question?
I can't find the widget screen.
So you tried going to the left edge of your phone and pulling to the right so that you get to the screen that's one over to the left?
That brings up the notification page.
Aha,
You may have it set up a little differently. I think the widget page is if did you swipe all the way across to past your home screen? Right
Let's
to
see.
left.
That's right to left.
Mm-hmm.
okay, so Barry, there may be something in settings that activates the widget page or something, I don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay,
No.
so we don't know the answer. Why
Well,
don't you?
there is something called Control Center. I don't know if that's in there. No, that's different.
Okay, so Barry, you want to continue? We don't know the answer to that.
Okay, we'll keep walking on until we get going. Okay. Now I've lost my track. Okay. Reminders. Reminders is an amazing thing also that they've redone, and you'll see it over here, right there. It looks like they've moved here. Here it is. It's up on mine right here. Let me show you. There, see? This is an amazing app because once you click on reminders, you can set lists. You can make a list of things to do. I have a to-do list and I have groceries, for example. All right. And I can keep adding a list if I want, give it a name, and then I can select a color for it to let me know to differentiate it. Then, for example, if I have groceries and I want to add something, I would just click. Let's say I want to put milk in there. I click done. And now the grocery list shows one item in there. Okay. How about the to-do list? Things that you need to do. Well, I'm supposed to take my medication at a certain time for this ear infection. So I can put in there like reminder to take the medication every 12 hours, 4 drops in each ear every 12 hours. You can schedule anything you want on this, and you can search for anything that's on the list. So it's very, very convenient to do. You can click edit and you can move things up and down. Say this is a priority for you. You can go there, move it down. Now groceries is at the top. So if you move this with your finger up, see how careful that is? And you'll also see a section here called today can be moved, scheduled, and all. A very helpful thing. You can also add Siri to add something to the list at any time. Let's see if it works, if you can hear it. And you have to have Hey Siri enabled in order to get this to work. Hey Siri, add paper towels to the grocery list.
Very cool.
Did you hear that? Okay,
Yes.
and now your groceries list contains milk and paper towels. Or, let's see, to the to-do list, we're going to add something like this. Hey Siri, add a dental appointment to my to-do list. Okay, and you can decide what that's going to be. See, I can change it to anything else. I don't want to change it. Now it's in the to-do list and I can put in details about it. And when you get a whole list, believe it or not, you can go up to the 3 dots here and you can click that and you can actually print your list. If you have an air printer in your home, that's an Apple type printer, you can actually print your grocery list and everything and take it with you to Publix or wherever you're going, or to the flea market, or over to probably the dollar store, the way everybody else is. Isn't that handy? Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Great. All right, so now somehow my screen sharing got paused. I don't know why. Hold on. Do you see anything there now? There we go. All right, so here we are. Next thing is something that has been redesigned. Apple has always had a weather app, and wait till you see what's been done. My guess is they probably stole it from Android, because the Android app has looked very clear as much as always. So weather right now is right here, and here's what it looks like when it was standard. It looks like that little icon right here, right there, is the way the standard weather icon looked. But when you click on it now, all I can say is wow. Watch. There's Coconut Creek, for example. Tells you, and the accuracy is amazing. It shows me drizzle, chance of light rain in the next hour. You can scroll down for an hourly forecast. And now it shows you precipitation in the area. It shows you a 10-day forecast for today. Tells you the air quality. It's going to move a little slower. There we go. Air quality. It's going to show you the ultraviolet index, the time of sunset, advised, and it gives you advice as to when you should use sun protection with an index of 2. It says between 11 and 3. And there's your sunrise. We're getting very close to losing daylight savings time and going back to Eastern Standard Time. I think it's November 7th. There's your wind direction, rainfall, which wasn't much. Here's your temperature humidity index and the dew point. Here's your visibility and your pressure. Isn't that amazing what you get from one app? Well, we haven't just stopped there. You see this little thing on the bottom. I've got to move this screen out of the way. And now we go down to the bottom here and you'll see this. If you click on that little icon, now you see all the precipitation for the area, and it runs into the next hour's forecast and shows you in real time precipitation. See it moving across in blue? That's rain coming through right now. You can click the arrow at the top. I don't have location settings on, but you can click the middle and it shows you the precipitation for the current area, which is set to my location in Coconut Creek. And now you can get the temperatures put in. And you can zoom out or zoom in by pinching the screen when you click done. You can also, if you like, go down to the arrows there. And once you do, let me get back to that because I don't think you saw that. And then you click on search for city or airport. Well, how about right where you are now? There's Deerfield Beach, Florida. You click on that. Oh, look at that. We've got a rip current statement in Broward County, tells you that. And there's your hourly forecast, your 10-day forecast. It's going a little bit slowly compared to the way I'm scrolling it, so I apologize for that. There's your air quality, 43. You can click the See More button right here, and it will tell you air quality is 43, health information. What about primary pollution? Under 2.5 micrometers.
Okay, Barry, what else you got?
All right, great. So that's pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah.
All righty. Now we get to a really interesting one. And let me give you sort of a little introduction to this, if I can. I want to go out of this. And tired of constantly being distracted by notifications while you're trying to work, or worse, being woken up by them? Well, iOS 15 has a great feature for you. And Apple has redone the entire thing for you. And instead of calling it Do Not Disturb, it's now being called Focus. How do you find it? You swipe down from the right corner diagonally on your phone. And that's what you see. See where it says Focus there, right here? That used to be Do Not Disturb, but they have amplified it. Now you have different categories: Do Not Disturb, driving, personal, work, and sleep. And you can also customize and add your new focus. Well, let's go through this step by step so you understand how to enable it. It's really a selective Do Not Disturb that filters out a lot of the notifications depending on which interruptions you're okay with at the time. When I get in my car, for example, and you click on the settings here, it's going to bring up driving settings on the focus. Whoops, there we go. Now, allowed notifications. The people here are Beverly, and these are my emergencies, and our aide here, our health aide in the house. So if anything happens, calls would go, Beverly can't make them physically, then the aide would get the emergency call and they would notify me immediately. Focus status is on. Now, while driving is very interesting. I always have it activated when I'm connected to the car Bluetooth. And the reason is when you're driving, it won't let you go anywhere on the phone until you say, I'm not driving. Something will pop up. If you have it enabled in CarPlay or in any other way, something will pop up and say, I'm not driving. And then once you press that button, I'm not going to show it to you right now because, well, see, I have it set while driving when connected to car Bluetooth. So it will be activated when you're connected immediately. So if you set it up in your Bluetooth, which most of you have modern cars that support that technology, it will enable itself to prevent you from getting on your phone, literally, until you release it and say, I'm not driving. Literally, you might be stopped somewhere, hopefully, in a safe area. Okay, now here's the one that really changed. Do not disturb has changed to something completely different. Click the arrow right here. And now we're going to enable, by clicking this button to the right, do not disturb. Now your options could be on the home screen, the lock screen, and the focus status. So if we click over here on the arrow to this side, it will say you can share it with someone and allow apps to display to people who message you, and that you have notifications silenced. Well, or you can go to the home screen, and the home screen shows you, will hide notification badges if you do that, and then you won't be notified if anybody's coming in to call you or anything else or give you a message. I don't think that's a good idea to hide them, because they could be emergency calls. And then you have your lock screen.
But Barry, for people who are annoyed by the ongoing notifications, that's a possibility for them.
Yes, absolutely.
Barry, if I have an old phone, I don't have that on my phone.
It's not a matter of being on the old phone. It's a matter of being on the newest software update. It should be there if you've got 15.0.2 installed.
No, I don't. Then I'll have to install it.
That's the reason.
Yeah,
Okay.
what he's showing you are all the features that are coming with that new download, that new update. And you
Okay,
can't see it yet except by what he's showing you.
okay.
So to set it, you swipe down from the right-hand corner. Now, to get this screen, if you have an iPhone with a button on it, you'd have to swipe up from the bottom. But
So
since
Barry, this is a good place to use your cursor if you can, because they
Right.
can't follow otherwise.
Okay.
So
So
point to
you
where
would-
they could swipe from.
Okay, we'll go back here to the main screen. Okay. And if we go up to the top, you swipe.
Move your cursor.
Okay. Let me get this thing down here, dock this to the bottom. And what you're going to do is you're going to swipe from this corner all the way down to this corner. So swipe down diagonally.
So now you can do it.
And there it is. That's what you see. And now what's called focus has do not disturb on. So you can click there to bring up the exact same menu,
Bring your cursor there.
right?
Okay,
Okay. Now there's your settings for driving. You can also click here to get personal settings. And personal focus says, allow notifications from important people and apps and silence the rest across all devices.
So again, this may be where people want to go if they want to screen out all those notifications they don't want to see.
Including people that you want to block.
Right.
You can set up a block list there. So now how about sleep? Let's turn this off for a second. We're going to go to sleep, and we're going to set up something sleep on the personal thing. Sleep focus means the same thing. And it also connects with the Apple Health app. So you can set up a sleep schedule and a wind down routine using the Apple Health app. I don't want to go into that. That's rather elaborate for this meeting. Okay.
Okay,
So the first time you use any filter, you'll be guided on how to set it up, which is good news. So let's see. Okay. One more thing now. Is that clear to everybody? I hope I haven't gone too fast. I'll be glad to, revisit it later. But
before you leave here, Barry,
yes,
people who have multiple Apple devices like watches and iPads might
uh-huh.
want to notice that you have the option, Barry just clicked off it, but down at the bottom of that screen, he had it clicked on so that his choices would be shared across all of his devices.
That's correct. So it would be on your watch, it would be on your phone. You can disable that in some ways too. You can customize it
Right,
not to appear on the watch, because that might be something that, if you want it just on your phone, you don't want it showing up on the iPad, on the iPhone and everything else, and the watch. You can customize that as well. Good point, Carol. So a lot of these things seemed Androidian, don't they? For those of you that have Android phones. Now, I'm going to end this with an amazing tip. For the longest time, people have been unable to do FaceTime calls with non-Apple users. This has now changed. You can finally, is your friend and family group comprised of Apple and non-Apple users alike? You can FaceTime with any of all of them. And how do you FaceTime with an Android user or Windows user or both? Well, what you do is you open the FaceTime app. So we're going to go to settings. And I do the easiest thing is just to search here and put in FaceTime. And there is the FaceTime app, as you can see. When I put in FaceTime, comes up right there. It's enabled. And once you open it, you can tap on, let's see, FaceTime. I don't know if I've got it enabled yet. Hold on. I may have it on the screen here already and not realize it. Okay. Anyway, I'll tell you what to do. You enable FaceTime, and then you click New FaceTime, and then you enter the name of each contact that you want to invite. And when you add a non-Apple contact, a green Invite with Messages button will appear just above the keyboard, even if you've also selected contacts who use iPhones.
Barry, why don't you search your phone for the FaceTime app
Yeah,
so,
I'll see if I
so
can
that
get
you
it.
can show that?
Yep. Okay. Let's see.
Do you do it off your control panel?
I should have it in there, but I don't think it's
Okay, there you go.
enabled. Okay.
FaceTime.
Okay. Something happened to it.
Well, you didn't activate it.
I'm looking for it.
Search it again, Barry.
I'll do it this way. Oh, search in the app. Let's see, FaceTime right here. Let's
Right.
try that. There we go.
So now find it down below. And scroll.
That's not the true FaceTime, Carol.
No, those are the controls, but you need to, it doesn't look like it's installed right now, Barry.
Yeah, that
So,
might be the
okay,
case.
never mind. I'm sorry. I thought it would work.
Where do you add the new?
The new is on the page. When you come up with FaceTime, you'll see a button there that says
That's
Tap.
what we were,
tap on new FaceTime.
he's got to be in the app to show you and he can't get to the app. So,
I'm trying. Let's see if I can get in. App Store.
I have a whole list of blocked calls, and at the very bottom of all the blocked calls, which are all the spam calls,
Mm-hmm.
then it says add new. Now, I don't know if the add new means add new to blocked contacts or add new people that I want to receive phone calls.
Those are people that you want to allow to receive.
I think she's in a different place, Barry.
Yeah.
I'm under the blocked contacts.
That you're probably adding new people to block.
Okay, so that would be inaccurate. Okay.
Yeah, no, you need to be in the
Ah, there it is.
FaceTime.
There it is. I got it.
Yes. There you go.
It's coming out. Now there's FaceTime. And you see at the top here, it says new FaceTime. And then it says FaceTime link. So if we click new FaceTime, it's going to ask you who you want to add as your contacts. Will come up, your contact list. And then you click that icon and it will add them depending on who you've got. That's just several of them there that I've used on my phone here. I don't think that's going to be hurting anybody. Let's go back. And I can create a link. If I create a link right here, see it? FaceTime link over here, there's information there.
So Barry, if you go back to new FaceTime,
Uh-huh.
although I have an iPad, so actually that may not work. Go ahead. So continue.
Okay, so I'm going to click create a link and I can click a message and I can put somebody into that message from the list. Okay. And you put the subject in there, you put someone in the message, and then you click join my FaceTime. When you do that, it will automatically send a link to that person, which they click on if they're Android, and it automatically gets you into the FaceTime conversation. Pretty nifty, I think, huh?
So you type their phone number into it or email or both or either?
No, it would probably be a list. Yeah, you'd have to put a name in there. Let's see. Let's see.
Add me.
See, I've got you, Carol.
Yes,
So if I put you there,
right. So if you click the first one, which is my phone number,
right.
click on the first contact. There you
Uh-huh.
go.
All right.
And then what?
Then you just click the upper arrow here and say, join my FaceTime.
Okay,
And you
Do
put
it.
you put a subject there.
okay. Put call now.
All right.
Or just call.
Okay. Now I click the arrow. Shall I try it?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Did it work? Let's see. FaceTime link.
If it did, it didn't
There
do
it is.
anything.
It brought it to me right there.
Okay. I didn't get anything yet.
Okay,
You have to do create link.
yeah, you
Well,
get it?
he did.
Oh,
And so click on Barry. So you created the link.
Mm-hmm,
Click on the second thing that says FaceTime link down there.
uh-huh. Let me see, hold on. FaceTime link, okay,
Yep, click on it.
okay,
Did you click on it?
yep,
Okay. We can't tell because we can't see
right, but
what
it
you're
works,
doing.
it works.
Okay, so nothing,
I'll post some information on that on the
yeah,
chat.
so the
It
truth
could
is
be.
we don't know, but that's probably a good bit of the steps.
It could be because you're in the Zoom meeting and
Yeah.
the interface is
No,
blocked.
no.
I think they're independent.
Yeah, he's doing it on his phone and I've got my phone here, so it should have come to me, but we don't know. So, okay,
Why don't you
Okay.
try me? I'm on Android.
I'm on Android too. It's not gonna
Oh,
matter. It's no
okay.
different.
I thought you said you had an iPad.
I
What
have an
about-
iPad, but he was calling my phone number.
What about this FaceTime link from Messages?
Yeah. What about it?
What is that for? How is that different?
So click that, Barry, because it looks like if you look at your messages down below at the lower part of the phone screen, you can see the messages now has a line through it.
Uh-huh,
So it may be that you can link up via messages
yeah,
with FaceTime, just like you would with Facebook and Messenger.
mm-hmm,
So click,
I have a feeling that to connect to people with Android, you need to activate that FaceTime link from Messages.
it's possible. So try clicking that, Barry.
let me see if I've lost it for a second here, gosh.
It's still showing on our screen. So under upcoming, the first thing says FaceTime link for messages. Click on that.
Yeah, but it's not showing on my screen now, I've lost
Okay.
it. So I have to go back in here, give me a second.
All right. You may be right, Marcia. We don't know.
Yeah, the reason I thought of it.
Okay,
was I
I've got
just
it.
got a video call from Israel the other day, and I'm pretty sure the gal who was calling me did not have any Apple equipment. And this may be how it was connecting.
Is this the one you want me to click on or this one?
Yes, no,
This
the
one
top
here?
one. Yep.
Okay. Okay, I've done that.
All right. And click on the eye so that we see the information they're telling you about what that is.
I'm right into the screen.
All right, we're not seeing it.
No. I don't think you can.
Well, we should. It's on your phone.
Okay, let's get back to where it was.
Okay, there it is.
See?
Yep. Okay,
Whoa,
so,
whoa, wow.
yeah. Yep. So it said join, and that might have been what it took.
Yep,
So there you have it.
right.
Okay.
And of course, it's interfering with this. I don't know why I'm talking so fast like that, but I don't know. It scares me. That's
Don't
Halloween.
worry. Other questions or comments?
So, I don't know how
And
I'm gonna,
yes, Mike, it means you could FaceTime with Android. That's what we were just trying to demonstrate.
I'm not sure if you can start it from an Android phone, but
That's
you
it.
certainly can start it from an Apple phone to an Android.
Right.
yep,
And if, you know, what I would imagine is that it would send the link through. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for it to show up in my messages as a link, but it didn't. because that would make sense. Then I would, both sides would have the connection. So we don't know. It takes, some fiddling with off screen probably to try to figure it out. Other questions?
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to,
Mike, he may or may not be able to get that together in time to put it in the chat, but we'll put it in the post on the website.
yeah.
Can I ask another question
Mhm.
Mhm.
about, all of a sudden, I'm getting my emails on my phone all day long.
Mhm.
And that's something new, and I want to stop it because it's really annoying.
Mm.
Do you know anything about that?
What email program do you have?
Yahoo.
Oh, boy.
It spells south, but it's Yahoo.
Yeah, you likely have your phone synchronized with it somehow. So go into the Yahoo settings or into your phone settings and look at sync or look at phone connections or look at where your email can be being picked up and disable, that permission.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, folks, that's it. Thank you. I'm sorry we had this terrible issue. I hope you learned something. For
It's
those of
not
you,
terrible, Barry. It's good info. Don't worry.
well, I don't know how I'm gonna put this recording together, but I'll try. So anyway, I made an announcement earlier. For those of you who were not present, I'll make it again to conclude the meeting. We were supposed to resume live classes on November 5th, but conditions did not warrant risking the safety and well-being of our members and guests who would enter the building. We therefore opted to cancel the classes for November and December, which would have been in person, and instead we'll continue with Zoom bi-weekly. Until after the holidays, we will make a reassessment of the conditions. And we will then make a decision as to whether or not we will return on January 7th, which would be the first Friday after the holidays. Normally, we would take a holiday break in live classes anyway for that extra week, for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. So that's the way it is. And we have a board meeting on Monday, and we will make that decision, voted on that decision and make it part of the record. I know it may disappoint some of you, but it's much better to be safe than sorry. And as I mentioned in the beginning, some of us may have someone at home with an underlying condition and the danger would be imminent, and they don't deserve to have that happen at this point. So we'll continue our next Zoom meeting on November the 5th. Don't forget that I think daylight savings time ends on the 7th. So you'd have to turn your clocks back. You'll get an extra hour's sleep. And Halloween's coming, of course, on the 31st. It looks like I've already gotten my trick or treat today from an undisclosed source. But it's important, that we connect and stay together. And I value all of you, even if I haven't said so to everyone that's present here. You mean a great deal to me. And as I'm going through a lot of stresses at home with Bev, who's I guess you could say the doctor said her brain is dying, and that means her short-term memory is gone. Period. So she would no longer be able to participate. So keep us in your prayers, and we'll keep all of you in our prayers for continued good health and everything. I will try to do something with these videos. They may have to come up separately. Of course, these things like power outages always happen, and if you got Comcast, it can happen more often than others, as you know. So Anything else anyone have to say before we end? Oh, by the way, the World Series, I think, starts tonight, doesn't it?
No,
Or is it tomorrow night?
no, it's still the league championship series
Is
are
it?
continuing, yes. The
Okay,
World Series starts after I think next week.
okay, so we're still with the Red Sox and the Braves.
Red
Got it.
Sox, Astros, Braves, Dodgers. Both are going to game 6.
Okay, hey, here's our expert. How much are you betting? How much are you betting, Ken?
Oh no, I'm not betting. You can't tell with these games. They're so unpredictable. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
We don't bet on pickleball either there in Century Village, I don't think, although that's what everyone loves to play, it seems like.
Mhm.
So I didn't see Irving here today. Did Irving come in? From Canada? I guess not. I understand Canadians are now allowed to return. And I don't know how many will return to Century Village. And if they do, what restrictions will be there and their health care and things of that nature.
Irv may be coming in December.
Okay,
There are some health issues there.
yes, there are. Yeah, I'm surprised he wasn't on today. I was hoping to see him and talk to him about it, but okay,
All
Can I
right.
ask you a technical question?
sure.
I ordered an iPhone 13 yesterday, and apparently all my plugs and extension, or all my charges will not work. Did you buy the circular thing? Or do you buy the big fat plugs?
Well, it depends. Which iPhone did you buy?
The 13, not the
Thir-
Pro, not the Mini, the 13.
Well, the 13, if it might use a USB-C type connector.
Yes.
I don't think, if it needs a USB-C, then that has to be compatible with the connecting port. You can connect that into a USB-C power thing. Larry, you're the expert there. Why don't you chime in?
Here. If it's USB-C, it's just the connection to the phone. It's a small semicircular, or actually kind of like that. It looks like the shape. And it could be a regular USB on the power side or a USB-C on the power side.
Well,
Okay.
they showed, there's a circular disc like that. And then there's a fatter plug. You know, like instead of being a small plug, it's like 2 inches or 3 inches, it's chunky. And I didn't know if it made a difference.
It should have taken the standard USB-A, right, Larry? On that older phone?
On the older phone, well,
No, I
I'm not
already
that
have-
familiar with Apples and iPads or iPods.
Okay.
So I don't know, they have special connectors, I think.
What kind of phone do you
A
have?
lightning connector that's flat.
Yeah,
Is that what's on your phone?
I haven't gotten it yet. I have an iPhone 7 and I have several because I've accumulated with the other phones.
Okay, does Apple provide a cord when you buy a new phone?
Yes, they
No.
provide the cord, but they don't provide that chunky connector thing that you need.
the
Or
Or you
charger,
plug into the wall?
the charger adapter.
Huh?
The charger, the wall plug.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you have to buy those separately. And I just didn't know if you recommended one over the other.
Well,
This is what I got with my new iPad.
Yes, that's big fat one, right. So you bought that, so you don't have the fast charging thing.
You can get a wireless charging stand. They're all available, you know. You can get a wireless stand. You don't even have to have a plug. You just put it right on the wireless stand and boom, you're in. You just have to connect it to your home Wi-Fi. That's what I use.
But then you only have one place in your house. See, I have 3 different things, so I have them in every room.
Is
So
this
I
a
guess
big
I'm
fat
good.
thing?
What?
Is this a big fat thing?
No, it's like what the one other lady just showed. It's a
I didn't
different,
see it, yeah.
but it's similar to that. It's fat.
This is
Okay.
what came automatically with my
Oh,
new
okay, it's the
iPad.
wall plug.
Ah, yes, but
Hold it
that
there,
doesn't
don't
come
move.
with a
It
new
looks like,
phone.
it looks like it may be a USB-C connection on that charger.
Yes.
That is called a charger, okay,
Okay.
or your wall plug. It's not a fat thing. I'm sorry,
No, I know it's not a bad thing.
but
I already
Now,
have a
the
whole bunch
fat-
of them, but they won't work for the new phone.
He didn't
Okay.
say fat, it's bad thing. He said fat thing.
Oh, fat. Well, it is fat
Yeah.
to me. Because the other one is a
But
small
yeah,
one.
but I was wondering what a fat thing was.
Maybe you're thinking about the wattage to, a 20-watt thing comes with some of these the
Well, it's
chargers,
about
20
double the
watts.
size of what I'm already using. So that's why I looked at it as a fat one.
Where did you buy the phone from?
I ordered it from Comcast.
Oh, Comcast can probably give you information on it. Call your Comcast representative there in the village.
No, there were a whole lot of things to choose from, and the phone it'll take maybe a week or so to get it.
What
But I
brand
just
is,
didn't. What?
what is the model?
The 13?
It's a 13 Pro?
No, just a plain
Just
13.
Oh, just a plain 13, okay.
Right. No, there were
Um,
lots of choices. I'm just asking people what they would recommend, or if they chose the fast circular thing or the larger charger, as opposed to calling it a fat charger.
The larger one does bring the information in faster. It does charge faster.
It does, then the circular one?
I don't know then the circular one, but then the old smaller ones, because I still have the old smaller one for my phone. And if I try to charge my iPad, my new iPad on it, it doesn't work very well.
Ah, okay. All right.
All right, folks, I think it's time to
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
wish you all the best. Stay healthy and safe, and we'll see you back at our next Zoom presentation on Friday, November 5th.
Okay.
Thank you.
Until
Take
Thank you,
then,
care,
Barry.
everybody.
Happy
take care of
Halloween.
yourself.
Thank you,
Anybody
Barry.
anybody
Thanks,
I didn't
Barry.
get a chance to
Bye.
talk to, Barry Levine, Neil Fisher, anybody else I didn't get a chance to talk to, please stay well, and
Stay
thanks,
well.
everybody. I'll try and get this recording, patch it together. I'm not sure. I'll have to get some expertise on that. But I apologize for what happened. That's something that's beyond my control.
It wasn't your
And,
fault.
Nope, I had a power outage, in fact, 2 of them. So that's just how the weather is these days. You never know. Okay, God
Okay.
bless
Everybody.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye,
take
everybody.
care, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Helene.
Trick or
Bye.
treat.
Bye, Dorothy.
Trick or treat, get your candy ready, and make sure that you put it where people can't touch it, because you don't want any contamination. Put them in Ziploc bags or put them in a big bowl, and just you are the one that gives it out. Don't let people put their hands in anything that would cause contamination. That's just the rules that we follow for safety. God
Good.
bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.